Nah, I'll probably go back to the other lens.
Shout out to Subway on 6. Shout out to Doritos. Real shit. When a nigga hungry, y'all got me. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain.
What's good? How you? How your day going?
I'm good, man. Hey.
Talk to me.
Weird day, but I'm good.
I mean, elaborate on it. Give me a little bit.
It seemed like the powers that be didn't want this to come down.
Talk to me.
My relief showed up late at the shop. My wife called me and said she had a flat. After we get that squared away, I'm on my way here. I missed a turn that I should have took. And I get rear-ended by a 16-year-old. So, pause. But
you can't make that up.
I can't.
So you got hit from the back.
Pause.
by a minor. 16-year-old.
But
yeah. The R.Kelly. But yeah.
Just a odd day. So.
Yeah, that's crazy. You can't make that up. And
but we gonna make the All Street Journal do what it do, baby.
You make this trip. But you made this trip to Decatur a plethora of times, no issues. I'm gonna need you to not have any issues going back home. All I need you to be back safe,
good,
all that good stuff.
Look, I'm gonna be good.
I'm glad you all right. I'm glad the little man is alright too. The 16-year-old cat, whatnot.
Yo. Shout out to Scooter.
That's his name.
That's what he told me.
Yo, he done made a friend off by accident. That's crazy. But what we getting into today? This is episode 1 of the All Street Journal. Been a long time coming. You know, great things take time, but here we are today, man. Hey, giving our thoughts on this, that, and the third. You know what it is, man. Representing that Fly alumni.
Oh, yeah.
As you should.
Flyalumni.net if you want to get some of the gear too. So I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Right, as you should.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about today? What are we getting into?
Man, look, I think it's a myriad of things we can get into. We definitely can talk about the R.Kelly situation because you brought that up already.
Yeah, talk about it.
See how you stuck that into. It's a nice little segue to sneak in right there. I saw it.
Yeah. You caught that. You caught it.
I recently saw Thor: Love and Thunder.
Okay.
So we could kind of discuss the direction that Marvel has went over the last couple of movies.
We could do that, but 30 years. 30. Some people say that's too harsh. Like they said, some people was actually saying he don't deserve none of that. And I'm thinking like, are you saying that because you really got love for him? Or are you saying that because of the music? Or what is it? Or you just refuse to believe that he did all that stuff?
I don't know if there's any evidence that you can refute on whether or not any of it was done.
They said the man recorded damn near every act he did.
And that's what I'm saying. Is there unrefutable evidence stating that he didn't do it?
Unless what happened last time. Back in the day, he blamed on his brother. He said that was his brother doing it. But he looked in the camera like this. He doing his thing.
Well, I'm just gonna say, man. I mean,
he said that wasn't him.
In my mind, I say this, man. My mind's telling me, yes, he needs to do the time. Okay. Now, again, I'm at this point, I'm just gonna do this part of it. Okay. I'm gonna separate the artist from the art. Okay.
Right.
The art is excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Genius
artwork.
Genius.
And I put it to you like this: people wonder why on Slyways I don't feel Dr. Seuss because he was racist. Okay?
I didn't know that.
So you can look it up. You want to check it out.
I didn't know
okay, racist cat. But
he is a cat, right? No, that's a cat.
But the dude he was racist. Okay, he's got some racist literature that's out there. Okay,
I didn't know that.
But we still listen. Read the books of Dr. Seuss because the artwork was great. Okay, the artist and the artwork you can separate. Say, hey, I ain't feeling him. Mm-hmm. But you know what I'm saying, Fox and Socks, sir.
Wow,
you know what I'm saying?
Green eggs and ham.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I mean, and because we don't get to see all the racist stuff all the time pushed in front of us, we get to see the cartoons that Netflix come out with, and PBS, and we rock with his artwork. Okay. Mm-hmm. And the funniest thing is that some of his stuff gives you the idea that he wouldn't be a racist person, okay? Because you have the books where he talks about the Sneetches and you got the the difference in people and trying to get them to work together. You know, you think about the Grinch and how, okay, let's take this person with this cold heart and change the way he is and all of that. Almost all of his stuff talks about uniting people, right?
Right.
But then you go and find some of the other literature and you're like, whoa, so you was making, you know, these political cartoons and stuff like that also.
Right.
That was way left, you know what I'm saying? But, again, separate the art from the artist.
From the artist.
As a man, I got a daughter. I got a wife. I got a mother.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not taking any of the parenting away from this. Why you got your daughter over there like that?
That's true. That's true.
One of the ladies you and your daughter was messing with the guy. Okay, wait a minute now. In those instances, we say to ourselves, parents need to have some onus in this situation.
So what was the fathers in these situations? Like I can't say that all of them had fathers, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of them, some of them girls had fathers in their life.
That's what I'm saying.
So that means he was playing ball.
You get what I'm saying? With the parenting side of this, we got to put something out there to say, hey, are we okay with the negligence? That's the word. Mm-hmm. The negligence of the parents. 30 years, if that's what it mandates. Now, I will say this also. You got people that are murderers that get less time.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, we've seen multiple police officers, you know, kill somebody.
Just recently, that, what was it, in Ohio, the actor situation?
Get no time. Now, I think that the offense of rape, whether it be statutory or not, you know, I think it's something that needs to be severely punished. You know, you should be severely punished for it. I think that some of it you got to look at with a little more. What's the word for it? I really don't know the word for it. But you got to have a wider view of how it goes down too. If it's a more statutory situation, because that person might be looked at as a minor. You also gotta say he didn't hold a gun to the person's head.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that minor able to make good decisions?
Right.
I still think he should be punished regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because as a grown man, why are you putting yourself in a situation where you're around these young women all the time?
Facts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you know, I look at some of the points that Boosie tried to make in his conversations, because that's why everybody jumping up about this, saying that 30 years might be too long, because he decided to say something. And I respect what he got to say, because his opinion is his opinion.
That's a fact, right?
But the other side of this thing too is
the whole other dark side.
Right. The whole other side of this is, do you want to, you know, would you feel cool with your daughter being manipulated and it go on? Because why is it that this is all he's going for?
Right. Sheesh.
You see what I'm saying? That's a bad pattern to look at. That's all he going for. Yeah. What's up with all the grown women? Why he was married?
But they say he still got charges pending in other states. It's still more charges.
Bro.
Like 30, that's just on one situation. Like,
and that's the reason.
There's plenty more.
The reason I'm saying to you, you know, but guess what? Why should we be looking at much sympathy on the situation if they're proving that he's doing these things?
But at the same time, if he was really doing it, well, of course he was doing it. But why would it take so long to do something about it right now?
Hey man, look, I never liked let's bring up the old stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, I be hating when anybody bring up old shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why ain't you flush the toilet right then? You know what I'm saying?
If you had an issue with me, why'd you wait?
Right.
Days later or months later to address it?
I hate that with the Bill Cosby situation. You know, I hate that with any situation.
But you know, with the R.Kelly situation, I feel like that hush money ran out. Cause I feel like he was, in my opinion,
he was paying
I feel like he was just taking care of people. I honestly feel like that. I feel like he was just blessing people. You know what I'm saying? Putting girls through college, doing this. You know, come on, these girls done grew up. They got families. There's no telling how much money he was giving them. So when the hits started running out, the money started running out. So when that money started running out, okay, all right, I'm gonna start talking now. And then it's a domino effect. You got boom, 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 boom. Now all these women is coming forward when they like in their 30s now. but he was knocking their backs out when they was
hey,
whatever age they were. I'm just saying.
Look, man. Look.
Yo, it's crazy.
It was wrong. That's all I got to say about it. It was wrong, okay? And I don't mean to laugh about it or make light of it. Just, this grown man messing with these adolescents, children, is wrong. But the real point to all of it is, if you get convicted of something and there's actual proof, the way you get sentenced is the way you get sentenced. So do I think it's a lot of years? I think 30 is a lot of years for anything.
And I actually heard somebody say that wasn't enough.
It might not be enough.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting here saying, if let's look at it realistically, okay? If you said that 10 years is enough for finding out if a person raped a person, but now we're talking about a situation where this ain't happened one time.
Multiple.
This ain't happened. I'm just talking about one person.
Oh, one person.
This is not just a one-time statutory situation. He was with a woman multiple times. You get what I'm saying? So now let's say multiple persons and multiple times.
Yeah.
Now let's say multiple persons and multiple times in multiple places.
Yeah. They say he was catching hell in that right now. I don't know how true this is, but somebody was saying that he got beat up real bad. They pretty much left him leaking. They peed on him. And it's just an ugly situation for your boy right now. And
man, you don't think about this stuff until you get caught up in it, right?
Yeah.
I don't like for anybody to suffer on any level, okay? But those children were victims. He's a victim of those men in jail, but that's the way it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Let's put it like that. That's the consequence.
For every action is a reaction, straight up. So that's just what it is. And
forget that equal and opposite. There's a reaction.
Yeah.
Some things you get more than the reaction. I'm just gonna be real. You know what I'm saying?
That's because people got different levels of how they want to take things, how they want to handle it.
Oh yeah.
You got a person that might just want to slap you. You got a person that might want to punch. You got a person that's going, I'm gonna kill him. Straight up like that.
And you're gonna have somebody in there that's gonna want to turn him into.
Oh yeah, make them
the 16-year-old girl.
Yeah, yes, because mind you, he cute to somebody in there. He look good to somebody. Somebody in there is crazy about R.Kelly, and they just gonna have their fun. I mean, it is what it is. That's not even like making a joke. That's reality.
Yep.
Now, what you think about the whole YSL, Young Thug Gunna situation? Just to catch you up, they're talking about the living conditions. I think Thugger was saying he didn't like the cell he was in. The bed was too hard. The food is not good. I mean, what you expect? I mean, you go from eating the best and finest of foods to eating, eating that type of stuff. And
let me preface this also again with y'all. I want y'all to understand this. I don't want to see no brother, okay? No person of the African diaspora, period, locked up, okay? I don't want that for nobody, period. However, if you put yourself in situations that get you criminal offenses and have you get criminal time or put away or get you in the penitentiary, you gotta be willing to deal with the circumstances.
That's a fact. Yeah.
That's the issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is, man. You can't be out here woofing like you this big gangster, and then you do some gangster stuff, and then the other side catch you, and then they show you how they treat gangsters.
Like, I just remember,
it don't work that way.
I just remember being younger, having the old heads talk to us and be like, they used to tell us, if you're gonna be out here doing X, Y, and Z, you gotta be ready, prepared for, what could possibly be. You know what I'm saying? Like, doing this, moving like this, you could die, you could go to jail. There's a number of things that could happen to you, but you gotta have in your mindset that you can handle, and you built for that. Some people ain't built for that. Like, you got some dudes that go to jail, come back home, get right back in the same thing, go back to jail again, and that's just repeat process. Right.
They was made for that. That's their thing.
Like, they can't adjust to regular life. Yeah.
Hey, but I remember an old Southern rap tune Nigga don't believe that song. Gangsters don't live that long. I'm just gonna be real with you.
That's a Scarface.
Okay, I'm just. Hey, Brad said it best, man.
Yeah.
A lot of these cats jump into this being gangster stuff and they gone. At least you had the opportunity. Guess what? It's cats that wasn't being gangster that the police stood on their neck.
Yeah.
Choked them out.
Yeah.
Little boys playing with a gun in the park and got shot up.
Got shot, yeah.
You out here preaching this all day long.
Mm-hmm.
How gangster you are? Matter of fact, let's be real with it. How you gonna be called Young Thug? That's in your name. You gonna expect them to treat you like a thug? Mm-hmm. And don't bring the Tupac up with me talking about the hate you give, and that's why you made your name like that.
Right. Nah, leave that out. Leave that out.
And look, I'm once again, I'm gonna say it one more time. I don't want to see no person of the African diaspora done this way and put in chains. Period.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta understand, if you put yourself in a situation, there are consequences.
You gotta be prepared.
And you gotta be able to live with the consequences.
Got you.
Okay. You could be like 6ix9ine and snitch your way out of it is what you want to do.
No,
you still got to be able to live with the consequences. I'm gonna tell you the other thing about him that blew my mind.
6ix9ine?
Yeah, all these people talk about how hard they are. He snitched and ain't nothing happened to him.
Like, how you still alive?
Hey, look, if he can go out here and do all this and say all this, how hard were the guys that was upset with him?
That's a fact. What was the crew called?
It don't matter, man. I don't know what their crew's called. We got snitched on. That's the name of their crew. We got snitched on.
The whole crew. I don't know. He running around with colorful hair, living his best life.
So, I mean, and I'm not mad at him for living his best life. I don't think he should have snitched. You know what I'm saying? But that's a code that I think people should live by. If you out there going at it like that, then don't tell. But if he able to do it and nothing happened to him, because we going on years now. We ain't talking about months.
I think he know how to move though. Cause he get on social media, of course he gonna pop off and be stupid, ignorant, all that.
Okay.
But I don't think he's just outside, just like how we go outside. I don't think he's just walking outside like that.
I hear what you're saying, but guess what? Pac wasn't just walking outside.
Nah.
Biggie wasn't just walking outside. He had people around him.
Yeah.
Anytime you look at these old shows and stuff, these old documentaries, they showing the bouncers and the bodyguards and stuff talking to you. Now, they ain't saying that there was no punks, like they was just, asking them to jump up in front of everything, but they had that presence around them. Mm-hmm. Okay? People can get to these guys. Anybody can, let me say that, anybody can be touched, man. Touched, right. If you don't learn that from nothing else, go watch Game of Thrones. Anybody can be touched. I'm just being real. Like anyone. You feel what I'm saying?
That's a fact, man.
At some point, you got to come out of your ivory tower. It's just the way it is, man.
Right.
Everybody on the planet can be touched. It's just how bad does somebody want to do it.
Yeah, just like with I'll even throw in the whole Alpo situation. Like, look how long ago was that? He did his time, came home, but he started moving a little different, and they just caught him lacking. That was it. You know what I mean? And look how long ago that situation was.
I got you. But what I'm saying is, in this day and age, you can't just hide, man. It's social media make it to where you can't hide.
Right.
Okay. I'm very sure that somewhere in whatever areas he's moving in, there's promotion that says he's gonna be here this time. Yeah. That's just the way things is. Ooh. So a person can't tell me if he's still doing shows, if he's still showing up at doing walkthroughs to clubs, if he's still going to the radio station. If you live in that life and you want his head, you gonna get it.
Just like the rapper Trouble. He was in the car with his homeboy. He said, "Yo, I don't like the vibe out here tonight. Cops is everywhere, whatever. I'm going in the house. I'm leaving." So I don't like how the news or just social media they'll throw out a narrative for any situation to just throw off the real situation. Then days later you hear the truth about it. He was messing with a married woman and homie came home and just caught him in the bed and did X, Y, and Z to him or whatever. So they had it sound like he was in the car.
Right.
Like it was a whole other story.
So
far from the truth.
What does that tell you then? And that alone, right?
Yeah.
If somebody wants you, they gonna get you.
They gonna get you.
Listen, I'm just gonna be straight with you, man. If a president can be assassinated,
any regular person can be assassinated.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's it.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, man.
That's it,
With the amount of people that were, and I hate to bring up stuff like this, but with the amount of people that were around Martin Luther King and MLK, you look at MLK, you look at Malcolm X, you look at anybody that was assassinated. I'm talking about assassinations, okay?
Mm-hmm.
These people, folks, people that ain't real snipers sniping folks. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, not the DC snipers or nothing like that.
Let's even look at that. The DC sniper. This guy is here with a kid,
mm-hmm.
and they shooting from the car in the trunk.
Like that was
these.
Oh my God!
These ain't Navy SEALs. We ain't talking about CIA agents. We talking about a person that was just in the military.
For the longest time, they looking up. They looking like, wait a minute. They thinking, an actual sniper.
Once again, if somebody wants you, they gonna get you. So now it's about what type of life are you living.
Facts.
Okay. If you really are that type of gangster hard dude, and you are okay, because it's got to be a past that went on. He said all the stuff that he said. If you really that hard, what's up?
Right.
All right. There's a past that's went on where he's paid his way to be out of this situation, so now he can say whatever he want to say, and I gotta shoot 50% of everything I'm making to this guy that could kill me, mm-hmm. so that I can keep talking like I'm big, bad, and tough or whatnot. Or them people wasn't like that. Everybody else in the situation was just like him. He just was the one that decided to snitch on the rest of them.
Help to act out, right?
So you can sit up and say, hey, this punk talk, but guess what? It just got swept under the rug.
Mm-hmm.
Now, am I mad for 6ix9ine living his best life after he did it? I think it's jacked up.
But you know what though?
But it's a totally different situation.
Let me rephrase that though. I can't even say he's living his best life.
Okay.
Like I'm just going off of just the money, the fame.
Seemed like it to me.
I mean, he's still eating and doing and buying whatever he wants. So but it's a cost to that. If he move a certain type of way, he know somebody gonna kill him.
Are you sure? you see what I'm saying?
You're right.
And that's what I'm saying.
After
the first couple months, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
A year goes by. Okay, 2 years. It's been what? Almost 3 years now.
Almost 3 years now. It's way before the pandemic and everything and COVID and all.
Is this almost 4 years then? Almost 4 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You can't tell me that he ain't one time went and bought some shoes from Foot Locker or something. Even if he went out with his bodyguard.
He getting everything.
Tell me he ain't out in the open.
He getting everything Uber to him.
You think okay? But you telling me that a person can't dress up as the Uber driver?
That's true. That's true.
You telling me that not one time ain't been a chick that's been over there that he just smashed and couldn't poison him?
That's true.
You get what I'm saying?
That's true.
People want you, they gonna get you, bro.
Get you.
If they want you that bad, it's possible.
Wow.
Especially if you still out in the media. Because it means that somebody is giving a heads up to where you are.
So let's just say times have changed.
Mm-hmm.
In a different time, it wouldn't have went this long. He wouldn't have lived this long at all. He probably would have got killed in jail or whatever. It wouldn't have went on this long. So now with the times changing and what it is being now, it's like you get glorified to a certain extent for snitching. I'm gonna say that.
Man, look,
this new generation because he still has a fan base. That's the crazy part. You live in Decatur.
What you know about people in this area?
Man, I ain't.
I done seen it in this era.
Wow.
Think about this city, man. Most of the people that's locked up is locked up because somebody else got caught and they told them.
Right.
I'm just saying, man.
Like pay the full. Hey, ain't no love in if it don't love you back.
But to erase all of that too is that there's, I ain't gonna say erase it, but you gotta understand there's a difference between gangsters and civilians.
That's true.
Okay, some of these people say that they gangsters, but they ain't.
Not at all.
They civilians. They just say that they gangsters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's a difference between being a gangster and being a hood nigga too. Because you can live in the hood all your life and not be a gangster.
That's a fact.
But you from the hood.
Yeah. Talk about it.
You see what I'm saying?
Talk about it. Yeah.
I'm just saying, man.
Hey man, you calling a spade right now.
Just being real. So also you gotta look at a person They even say this. They even say this in church. You got to judge a person by the fruit they bear, right?
Yes,
you got to judge a tree by the fruit it bears.
Yeah.
So I don't, my thing is this: if you sitting here complaining about your jail cells and all this stuff, and you've been out here talking about how many bricks you flip, how many people you'll kill, and what you'll do to them and all that. If that happens to you, then I think now we got to start saying to you, should we even believe in your music now?
Right.
And should we keep on pushing and promoting this type of behavior? Because we are being enablers for these folks.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
That does
and hear me, I love a good gun bar from time to time.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We were just talking about that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But at some point, does everybody get a pass to rap about that all the time?
Nah. Not at all.
I'm tired of hopping in cars with young homies or walking up to their car and they want to play music for me. And bruh, you got your calculus book right beside you, but you rapping to me like you done flipped the brick today.
Right.
Come on.
Like as far as like the music side of it, like the older I get, the more I just rock out with R&B. Like, you know how you had your music that it only sounds good in certain settings?
Yeah.
Like say you might want to hear the gun bars in the car. But as far as like being in the house, I don't want to hear that. Like it's certain rap I want to hear in the house. Like it's certain rap that only sounds good in the club or strip club, etc. etc.
It's the ambiance has to be right.
There you go. Because I'm a big fan of Griselda. I love Benny the Butcher, Conway. You know, I like Westside by default. Love them guys. R.J. Payne, you name it. Them, they don't know how to dumb it down. Especially R.J. Payne, because he's gonna come at the song. I'll even throw Ransom in there. They approach the song the same way. I love that. I love it, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But it's like the subject matter, not Ransom, but just like Griselda, the subject matter is the same thing. Only thing changing is the beat. That's it. And it's like putting out 100-something mixtapes, and you know what it is already before you hear it, before you listen to it. When Wayne was dropping all the mixtapes, one thing about Wayne, I'll even throw Currency in there too. It's like, how do you rap so long and still have things to talk about?
It's because they talking about they talking about their life.
Like,
I think that's the, and don't get me wrong, I think for some of these guys this was their life. Mm-hmm. And for some of them it might kind of still be their life, mm-hmm. but at some point they got to transition
away for like say Master P.
Right.
You know,
right.
You know,
I look at the reason that Currency is able to do it, even though most of his rap is about getting high, he still gives you rap about, it took me this to go by this type of vehicle or this building. You know, he gonna talk about the ladies that he was with. He might talk about the situation that he had in this one city. He might talk about, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you don't get that from a lot of the gun bar. I say it that way, the gun bar rappers. Mm-hmm. A lot of them just is, I'm gonna tell you how many times I can bust you upside the head with this gun. You know what I'm saying? How many bullets gonna fly?
Or even the moving bricks. Like I say, for example, Pusha T's latest album. I like this album for maybe a week. That's it. After 7-day period, I was off that. I didn't have to go back to it. Like it doesn't have any longevity to it. If you look at all Pusha T projects, they pretty much the same format every single album. So it's versatility to a certain extent because you know he does approach beats different ways. Yeah. I give him that. He nice, but it's the same subject matter.
And that's the thing. We ain't saying they ain't nice. We just saying the subject matter.
Yeah, the subject matter. Yeah, like even Griselda and them. Talented.
They are amazing wordsmiths.
Cold.
For real.
Like they give you that boom bap. They gonna give you that 90s type style of rap. If you like that, that's what you want to listen to.
And then they versatile enough to jump on the new style stuff too. They are. But you know what the subject matter.
You know what to expect. So it's like you can't do nothing else. Not saying I want y'all to do songs about girls and stuff like that.
right.
I'm not saying go that left field.
Give us something different.
All I'm gonna say is,
matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you who they should go and look at.
Who that?
They should go and look at the Scarface. They should go and look at the Ice Cube. Okay, they had music that you